What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a Monday night football edition coming from you. This is DFS Daddy. Got 3 free picks for you to take at your own risk, right? That's the beauty of sports betting is you get to decide ultimately when you press that button if you're going to place the entry or not. I'm just here to provide some value, give you some ideas, maybe give you some data or research that you haven't considered. That's all I'm trying to do. So if I ever do that, if I ever give you maybe something you hadn't considered or a pick that you like, I would really appreciate if you would drop a subscribe. It's free. It notifies you if I post. You can turn that off. I know that can get annoying, but I would appreciate it. It helps the channel out a lot. Helps me get more views, helps me grow. I can invest more into the channel, more research, more plays. So drop a like, drop a subscription. Appreciate you. If you want to be extra nice, go like my TikTok, like my Instagram, my YouTube shorts. That would be just chef's kiss, buddy. I appreciate that. So my 3 free plays are rooted, focusing on what the defense has struggled against this season. We know, let's just think big picture, game script, what's going into it. We know this Kansas City defense is just really good. And when we think of Tampa, we don't necessarily think of a great defense. In the past, we might have thought they were really good at defending the run. But lately, they've just showed that kind of secondary and up front, they've had some trouble just really kind of keeping the game in front of them. Offensively, they were high flying. Baker Mayfield's leading the league in touchdowns. God, I can't talk. It's been like 2 days and I forget how to do this shit. No Mike Evans, no Chris Godwin. We saw them still have some success last week. Who they even play last week? That's Atlanta. So we can see why not the strongest of defenses. But ultimately, we're thinking, or when I think of this game, I'm thinking about the Chiefs should have some success through the air. And they actually will commit to the run. At home, they've shown to be able to commit to the run. That's why my first play is Kareem Hunt over a 13.5 fantasy score. If you go look at how many yards or how many fantasy points per game the Buccaneers are giving up, really almost every marker is green in terms of the Buccaneers defense giving up. But they're giving up a lot of points to quarterbacks. They're giving up a lot of points to wide receiver. They're giving up 23 points per game to running backs. That's astronomically high. So I'm honing on that. I'm honing on Kareem Hunt being the kind of getting the bulk share of the catches, the rushes at the goal line. If he gets a touchdown, this line becomes even easier to get. That's my first play. Second play is DeAndre Hopkins again, going back to the weakness of this Buccaneers defense. They're giving up 13 receptions per game, giving up 160 yards per game to wide receivers. And if you go look at some of the top receivers they've played against, they're giving up huge yardages against that. So I think this is a great game for DeAndre Hopkins and Mahomes to click and finally kind of figure some things out on a Monday Night Football. Last time Mahomes was on Monday Night Football against the Falcons, they love throwing the ball. Could see a similar thing here just to get D-Hop going. He could hit this by volume. He could get like 8 catches for 60 yards, or he could have like 4 for 75. He's just that player. And my last play is Kate on over 7.5 targets. This is more of a gut. This is a little bit of a data play. So for the Chiefs defense over here, everything is going to be red, except I saw one slight, maybe potential weakness, and that's right here. 13 fantasy points per game to tight ends, 8 targets to tight ends per game. So they're ranking very low against tight ends specifically. Could that just be the tight ends who played, like the Kittles? They've played a lot of actually strong teams this year. The Isaiah Likely, that first game kind of hurt some stats. But the reason it lines up so well with this matchup is because K. Dotton is one of the only options in this offense right now with Godwin and Evans out. And the last couple weeks, he has been getting a ton of targets with that 10. And even before that, he had some weeks where he popped. Like I think week 1 and 2, he had 8 and 9 targets. Then he had a dip, and then he's back. He's been playing really well. His receiving line concerns me a little bit because if you go look at some next gen stats about him, so route, if I go to Cade, so a lot of his yardage is really short. Like he's catching the ball at the line of scrimmage or 5 to 7 yards out. So you're kind of banking on a broken play to make this happen. So if you see like his longest reception is what is it, like 18 and a half? K dot and 18 and a half. Look at that, guys. And he's hit this because he has like one break alone play. And that's really what you're betting on. But if you actually look, he's not getting close on a majority of his targets. So that's just something to consider. But I think target wise, he can easily get a lot of targets if he's playing around the line of scrimmage. And if this game does tend to be a little bit more up pace with both offenses playing well, I think this is going to be a sweat either way. Anytime you're asking for someone to get the ball thrown 8 times to them, it's a lot. Against a good defense, it's even harder. But if Baker is just getting the ball out quick, and if they're maintaining some drives, I think it'll happen for us. So I'm going to lock these in. I'm going to post these over on my Winnable where you can get all my free plays. All I'm asking for you to do is subscribe to my YouTube. You don't have to do anything else. I know if you want to go do the other YouTube, Instagram, TikTok stuff, I appreciate it. But all I want from you right now is to lock these plays in and subscribe and like to the channel. And when they hit, you come back and comment that you tailed. All right. I appreciate you guys. Hope you have a great Monday. Starts the work week. I'm getting into the weeds here as well. So hoping to make a little green cheddar on the side. So have a good one. Enjoy Monday Night Football. See you tomorrow.